Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and yes, this is episode number 16 of our Journeyman Career Mode. Now, Gabriel has come to me and said, I want to let you know that I'm a bit worried having read some of the speculation surrounding me. Now, just bear in mind, in the last episode, he was sent off, and he wants me to give him another chance to prove that he's the best man for the job. He's a young lad, he's 23 years old, he is a fantastic player, we have him on loan, there's no need for him to worry. Obviously the media, as normal, make a mountain out of a bloody molehill, which is absolutely frustrating as anything, but the lad is perfectly fine. He's been brilliant this season, really enjoyed using him, really enjoyed him being in the team. As you can see, we decided to go with a sim for the first game, and we do take the lead through Fernandinho, I think it's Fernandinho, no it's not Fernandinho, Fernando. It's got a hyphenated A, which I don't know how to pronounce in Brazilian, but hey ho, there you go. He gives us a 1-0 lead, which is fantastic. Now, Freddie comes to me and says, Boss, I've been progressing and I'd like to discuss my wages. Well, I can say he has been actually really good all season. Now, back in the day, there was a lot of hype around this lad, but he never quite lived up to it. 24 years old, he's still got plenty of time. So, the one thing I want to do is not leave the club in a bad situation. Now, we do have a decent transfer budget for the club. To be fair, the directors aren't willing to put too much money into the club. We have got some decent wages, and I don't want to leave the club in a really poor position. So he has got a little bit of time left on his contract, 2 years, 2 months. I'll give him the additional 1 year, and I will give him his required salary of £15,000, which is about $30,000 or about $25,000, something in that region. To ensure that he actually stays at the club, but I don't want to leave the club in a bad way, so I think I will be addressing the situation of contracts, and probably, apart from the older players like Cleberson, who's like 34, he'll be 35 at the start of next season. I won't be renewing his contract, but some of the other players I will be renewing their contracts, as I feel it's only fair to leave the club in a decent position. They've had a good season, and I don't want them to be left really short of players, so I will address that situation. But we have a tough away game. Got to say, our opponents has pretty nice kit. I do like the colour, the green and the white there. I do like their shirts, very nice compared to our away kit. I'm not too sure about our away kit. If I do stay for a season, I wouldn't mind having a chat with the sponsors and etc. the kit makers and see if they can come up with a different style of kit. I'm not 100% sure I'm happy with it, but that's just me being picky. Anyway, getting into the actual game. We start off really well, Toro picking up the ball in the centre of the park. He's been such a player all season, really starting to enjoy him now. He's made a breakthrough into the first team. William has been sensational, scored a beautiful goal in the last episode, knocking the ball down to our right back, Madison. Madison with the ball into the centre of the goal. Unfortunately, nothing came of it, but the keeper should be saving those at the end of the day. If that had gone in, I think I would have been raging if I was the other manager, because your goalkeeper should be making them. Pablo's playing at left back in this game. Very versatile fullback, great player, really do like using him. William actually getting up there and winning the header, but couldn't make anything of it. Realistically, he's got to work on that part of his game. He's not the strongest in the air, he's not the strongest on the ground, to be fair. He's quite a weak player, but I have been building him up, getting him in the gym, doing additional training, so hopefully that will pay off. And, he's given him more confidence. He's got a little bit more strength. He went for the header. As I don't want to talk about that goal. I mean, that's just horrible. Horrific and gut-wrenching. The header was fair enough. It goes onto the post, comes off, hits your keeper and just trickles over the line. That's hard to swallow. But look at Wallace and trying to make things happen. Really unlucky not to get the space to crack the shot off into the top corner. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And as you can tell, it was not a great first half from our point of view. We had good possession. We retained the ball well, but we just didn't do enough with it, which was really, really disappointing. So going in at half-time, 1-0 down, I could say, yes, we deserved it because we were very, very poor with the ball. And the match facts, they had one shot, 0 on target because it came off the goalkeeper, 50-50 on the possession. I'm very surprised at that. We had 3 with 1 on target. We just didn't utilise the opportunities we had. And in the second half, straight away, they're on the break and they caused us a bit of problems. But we managed to clear the ball, which is fantastic. Beautiful ball over the top into Wallace, only one outcome. And what a beautiful miss that was. Absolutely sensational. Everyone is expecting that to go in the back of the net, myself included. I'd already turned away on the touchline. I was running to celebrate because I thought it was going to be a fantastic goal. But Marinda has a crack. Great effort. Going for the top corner with a curler. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off. William going with the audacious volley, and again the keeper managed to save it. Really, really frustrating game, must say, because we played yet again so well. Look at the way we're retaining the ball, knocking the ball around so gracefully, keeping the ball, passing it, pass and move. It's fantastic. We're creating spaces. We're just not got that final final killer touch, which is really, really, really frustrating as anything. We've kept the ball so well, and it's just frustrating not to capitalise on the possession we had. And as you can see, we do end up losing 1-0. And I've got to say, losing to that goal was really hard. Yes, it hit the post, but bloody hell, off the keeper and trickling over the line was beyond frustrating. So, potential job openings at this moment in time. We're not going to be taking any of these. I just want to have a look and see what's roughly going around at this moment at time. Genk, a team that does interest me. They have got a £3 million budget. They've got Vossen. A lot of people like Vossen. He's been recommended to me in other career modes, but we won't talk about that. Also, they've got the French centre-back. I can't pronounce his freaking name. It begins with K. He is supposed to be sensational. So, not a bad side. As I say, they have decent money. The expectation is to actually win the league title. And at this moment in time, they're 7-3-2. So, they're doing quite well in their league. But that was the standard of jobs at this moment in time. As I say, we're not be taking any of these jobs at the moment. Episode number 17, we'll see the end of the season and what jobs are on offer. Perhaps we'll play a few more games, because you can take job offers during the season. You don't have to just restrict yourself to end of season or before a start of a new season, because other leagues around the world are going on, essentially. Just because the Brazilian league is coming to a close around the Christmas period, just before Christmas, and the transfer window opens, I believe it's in January. We've got plenty of time to take a job. Anyway, we have a very, very, very tough game. This is the local derby. This is probably the most important game of the series. The most important game of the closing of this season. We've got to pick up a victory here. Otherwise, I think I will be absolutely done for, regardless of how well we've done all season with a shoestring budget, not being able to buy players, and generally just not having I don't know. I'm not sure what's been lacking. I think we've lacked to take certain opportunities this season, and I think our defence has been very, very poor at certain parts of the season. We should have won games and we ended up losing them or drawing them, which is again, it's really, really frustrating. But overall, I'm really happy with the team. I think with the players we've had, the loanees we've had brought in, I think we've done really, really well. And at the end of the day, we've reached the board's expectations. As you can see, though, we are putting up a good fight, making it a really physical affair. And plus, we have a little bit more culture than our opponents. We are able to keep the ball and knock it around with such grace. It's beautiful. And the ball played through into Gabriel was absolutely sensational. He goes for the byline, pulls the ball back. Who is there? Of course, it is Wallerton. 17 league goals for the season, and a big shush to our derby opponents. Damn right, my son. Get in there. What a beautiful goal. I would say, though, if I was the opposing manager, I would be raging at my keeper. Why he did not come out and take that, because the ball's inside the 6-yard box, I will never know, but I will. I'm not going to complain. Donato gets robbed of the ball there, pulling back the player. The referee has the audacity to award a free kick and book Donato. Now, I don't want to split hairs here, but the player done exactly the same to Donato when he was robbing the ball. In fact, he tried to, lash out at him. The player goes down extremely easily, and to me, it looked like a blatant dive. Obviously, the referee didn't see it that way and awarded the yellow card, which I think is completely wrong and disgraceful. But you have to put up with these poor refereeing decisions. It's just a part of the game, unfortunately. But we go in at half-time, strolling in with a little bit of swagger, leading 1-0, which is absolutely fantastic. And I decided to take a bit of a bold move and make some substitutions, just because a couple of players were feeling a little bit tired. Obviously, Gabriel picked up a slight knock in the first half, but Morindo put in a great stint, and I didn't want to risk Wallerton. He was looking a little bit tired, a bit jaded. It's been a long season for the lad. He's not used to playing so many games, hence why he was loaned out by his parent club. And it's been a good season for him. I've absolutely loved and adored him. But look at that, a little bit of luck into William into the bottom corner. What a fantastic goal in the 53rd minute to give us a 2-0 lead in the derby. And yes, again, a big shush from William. Absolutely fantastic. As you may guess, the media had us down to lose, had our opponents to be the favourites, which is disgraceful. But yes, we've come bouncing back. But look at Freddie picking up the ball onto his left foot, go for the shot. Oh my days. That was absolutely glorious. If that had gone in, oh my God, I think there would have been a riot of celebration. Absolutely beautiful. Cuts inside onto that left foot. Can be cultured at times, just doesn't show it enough for my liking, but that's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles, essentially. They had a bit of a half chance there, nothing too much to shout about, to be honest. Keeper dealt with it easily. It was the first time they broke into our half, to be fair, in the actual game. It was quite amusing. They really didn't offer a lot in the second half. They were very good in the first half. They looked like they had a lot of attacking ideas. Second half, they just didn't look like they had an absolute clue, which was fantastic from our point of view. It made our job very, very easy. As you can see, 90th minute, they're still trying, but we're working overtime in defence to try and cut down the space, close down the angles, close down the players, and the referee decides enough is enough, you're just not good enough, and Bahia come away with a 2-0 derby victory, which is absolutely fantastic and absolutely bloody-sational. So chuffed to win the derby game. It's the important game, and it's at home, in front of the home fans, which is just absolutely fantastic. The table's not looking too bad. Yes, okay, we've drew 12 games and lost 11. That does look pretty awful. We've scored 41 goals, and obviously Wallison has scored 17 of those now, just under half of all our goals, which is pretty damn amazing when you consider where we are in the table. Pato at the top of the tree with 18 goals, which is fantastic. Vargas is joint top of the tree on 18 goals, and then Wallison in third is fantastic. But look at the assists. William, why has he been loaned out? He's a fantastic player. Speaking of that, look at Gabriel. He's in there as well with 7 assists. Absolutely fantastic. All the way down, Freddie in 16th place. Now he's knocked in 4 assists. Absolutely fantastic. The boys have been sensational. They really have gone above the call of duty. They really have. They've been brilliant all season, and it's nice to see it pay off. Obviously clean sheets. Let's not really talk about clean sheets, but let's have a bit of a squad report. We haven't done a squad report for a little while, so it'll be nice to do a squad report, see how the boys are doing and how I think they've been doing. Our keeper, Marcelo Lombard, inconsistent is the only way I can describe him. Very, very inconsistent. If he had that consistency, he would be a fantastic keeper. You know, 1 minute he'll make a fantastic save, the next minute he just makes silly errors, which is really, really frustrating to say the least. Pablo's done really well since he's been playing. He's been so versatile for me, left back, right back, done a great job for me. I'm really chuffed with the lad. Toro, I can't speak highly enough of him. 27 years old. You know, I'm surprised he's out on loan. He's a real talent. The same as William. He's got so much potential. I'd like to see how he does in the future. He's been a really good player. But there's the main man, Wallison. Absolutely sensational. Got up +3, which is fantastic. 25 years old. His value is only 2.1 million, which I absolutely love and adore. The fact that he's quite cheap. And as we know, he has scored a great number of goals for us. I believe he's got 1 in the cup, and I think he's got the rest in the league. So yes, there we go. 18 goals from 32 games. What a return. That's just under it's a goal just under every 2 games, which is fantastic. 17 in the league, 1 in the cup, as I say. You know, his average rating is 6.7. I think that's a little bit harsh. He's played so well for me personally, and he's been an absolute revelation, and I have absolutely fallen in love with the geezer. I think he's brilliant. Absolutely love and adore him. The rest of the boys have done okay. They've been solid. You know, we don't have a lot of star players. We do need a little bit more grit in the team, a little bit more pace at the back. We've got some tanks at the back, but who knows? We might not be here next season anyway. That is down to you guys. Hope you enjoyed episode 16. The finale is episode 17, and we will see what happens in the next episode on Friday.